Hey everyone, it is Elsa932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. You are joining me for a weekly recap of Married at First Sight Australia. This is my first time talking about Australia dating shows. I have watched it for a number of years. I love Married at First Sight Australia. I'm still going to do a live on Sundays. That way you can interact with me, but this is just a recap of the, hot topics for the week. So, in grabbing my notes, we start with the first wedding, Karina and Paul. And I have their photos, and you'll see their ages. So, Karina says her family expectation clouds everything. We going to see about that because Karina won a marriage like her parents that's lasted 47 years. Karina, I hope so. Then we have Paul. He is French and he is romantique. Yeah, but once Karina walked out, she realized she knew Paul. He ghosted her 8 months back. So he got a hurdle to climb. And he started at the wedding. Good for you, Paul. Good for you. Got her parents' approval, told them everything, and they're on their honeymoon, doing great. And we'll talk about more about them on the live. The next up to get married was Lauren and Elliot. Elliot had a laundry list for what he wants in a wife. Laundry list. And Lauren wants to be what I have heard is called a trad wife, a traditional wife. She wishes to be, if you watch Leave It to Beaver back in the day, she wishes to be a stay-at-home mom, a June Cleaver, if you will, while he is working hard at his successful business. She's at home taking care of the home, and he does not have to lift a finger at home to help her. Okay, now are you doing this all on your own, Lauren, or are you hiring help? That's my question, because she has a successful business. But Lauren wants to protect her because she says her dad was not that for her and the family. And Elliot said he gonna walk out if he don't like his bride. Well, luckily for us, Elliot didn't walk out. Elliot stayed. He got married. He liked her 70s style. But Lauren, you didn't even have a bouquet. So I'm interested, is that a conscious decision? Because some people don't like cutting flowers, but I thought I saw it at your home. So I'd like to know more about that. So her sister, though, oh my word, her sister Tamara was just talking like real bad about Lauren. It's like, you're a bridezilla. She isn't the worst bride. I'm a pescatarian. Y'all have been rude to me because y'all didn't have my food. Tamara thinks since she's the sister of the bride, then she is, I guess one step away from, being top notch, which technically she is, but you ain't got to be obnoxious. Lauren's friends told her don't bring her sister. Lauren's friend tried to get Tamara to pipe down, but whoo, that is a full-time job. Next to get married, we had Kate and Tim. Katie is our redhead plus size bride of the season. It seems like every season we have one. Tim is our plus size gentleman. He is a PE teacher, and he wants someone confident and comfortable in their own skin. That is not Katie. That's not Katie. Katie's like, she had to come all the way to MAFS to find someone because love never seems to find her. It never works out. People don't like her. And I'm like, Katie's self-confidence is in the bin. Then I'm side-eyeing Tim because he says he's a nice guy. And when somebody says they're a nice guy, I side-eye them because it usually means they think they're nice, but everybody else thinks they're horrid. And when Tim met Katie, he didn't like her. At the altar, he didn't like her. He went through with it. Katie is bubbly and through the roof about it. She just wants what her family has. And I'm like, yeah. Tim had no family there, but only 2 groomsmen. I was like, Tim, are you really into this or are you here for some other reason? When Katie kissed Tim, he wiped his mouth. He wiped his mouth. That was my telltale sign. Tim don't like her at all. He wouldn't even accept a kiss. Yeah, he's repulsed. And when they were taking pictures and she went, as they say, went in for a cuddle, for a hug, she noticed he recoiled. And that's when she got a clue. And all through the honeymoon, Tim ain't feeling it. There's no spark. What kind of spark? Are we setting fires, Tim? Spark? We're not teenagers. But understand if you said attraction, that there's no spark. Get over it, Tim. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, next we have Dave and Jamie. This is my favorite couple so far, y'all, but I know how I feel. My favorite couples always disappoint me. So Dave is a big guy, tall, tatted, ooh, handsome. Jamie, has a laundry list of red flags, and I'm like, girl, everything can't be a red flag. Jamie wants her husband like coconut water. I guess Jamie likes coconut water. I thought I was the only one who likes coconut water because most of my friends don't. But Jamie, I hear you. I understand. You just want him. You just want him to not only quench your thirst but rehydrate you. I get you, Jamie. I get it. And they had sparks. To take Tim's words, they had sparks on their wedding day. They were jovial. They were really great. The parents loved it. The mothers loved it. It was really easygoing. Next, we have Athena and Adrian. Now, I wanted to say Awena because of how it's spelt, but everybody keeps saying it as Athena, so I will say Athena. So it turns out Athena is a twin with a twin sister, and Adrian too is a twin with a twin brother, and he also has twin sisters. So Athena's concern that a man wouldn't understand the connection between her and her twin was alleviated. Oh, it was such... Ooh, she was like, oh, they're twins. They understand. Then, here's my thing. She said her husband needs the approval of her twin. I understand that should be any sibling, any family member. So, he has a simple life with a dog, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Athena is our resident so far. She is the only mother in the experiment. So far, this is the first bride with a child. She has a son. And in the speech at the wedding, her parents, her mother, tells the entire audience that Athena has a son. Athena has not told Adrian yet. She doesn't know. Adrian's brother asked her sister at the table, and she's like, I don't know. She was trying to keep it all in to give her sister an opportunity to tell her groom herself. Mom and dad stepped up there, mom and stepdad, and they spilled all the beans. Y'all, what are you doing? Give her a chance. Why do you say that? Oh, I understand you're proud of your grandson, but let her say what she wants to say to her groom and the family. Let her make the news around. But here's what we also learn. Adrian ain't too thrilled about it. Adrian don't know how to feel about it. He said he got to process it. I appreciated that part of it, Adrian. I got to say, I appreciated you not saying no right away, but he's apprehensive. Adrian has always wanted that his first child is also his partner's first child. Also on the honeymoon, to fast forward, Adrian said, hey, I'm not sure how I can navigate this if we do have kids ourselves. If we do go forward, how do I not show favoritism to my children or love my children more than your son? Now, before we go wild on Adrian, hear it out. Athena grew up with a stepdad she says she loves so much, she calls him her dad. So Athena has grown up where someone who is not biologically your parent can love you and raise you as if you were theirs. That is not Adrian's story. Adrian's parents are still together. Adrian's parents had kids together. So Adrian doesn't know that life, that lifestyle, or the capacity for it. Now, that's where I understand Adrian. I appreciate him saying it. It's just the way he says it was real rough at first. But now I'm like, okay, I understand. But Adrian, are you telling me none of your friends or associates have step parents? Is that what you're saying? Have you not noticed a step parent capacity for loving a child? So while it is not the household you grew up in, I hope you could appreciate that someone in your life has a step parent. It's very interesting dynamic, and I'm hoping for Adrian's sake that he lets loose of the my first child is also my spouse's first child, because guess what? Every child is different, every pregnancy is different, every experience is different. And Athena is now in her 30s having, a kid if y'all go that far. So that's my thing with Adrian and Athena. Y'all, we need to approve these parent speeches. We need to approve, because if this is what's happening, we need the parents stopped immediately. But production knew. Ooh, how did Athena not know her parents are going to say this? Oh, next up, Billy and Sierra. I like Billy. I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all who don't like, I like Billy. Billy is a self-professed mama's boy, though. But I do like how he's open with his emotions. He's real quirky. He's real. He's real, and his mom is his world, though. I'm hoping Billy has the capacity to make his wife his world now, but we shall see. Okay? So, Mama did give me some warning bells, like there's always something going on with Billy. And I'm like, Billy, can you settle down and be calm? Or are you always up to something? What are the some things you've been up to? Sierra works, we learn in financial planning. I'm trying not to go into their, jobs, because they can't do the job while they're on the show. But I just put that in there because Billy is such a free spirit. And then she's so structured in her financial world, business. So can Billy handle a powerhouse style of woman? His mom is very homey. So it'll be interesting for me to see. Sierra did say she came from a broken home. Billy is navigating that too, but he has a stepdad, assuming he really, really loves. And she does admit she uses humor as her coping mechanism. And I'm watching her giggle a little bit, but hey, Billy thinks he's found the girl of his dreams. She really loves his smile, his tattoos, his big personality. They have made it all the way to the honeymoon. And y'all, most of these couples I'm talking about now, most of them, except for Katie and Tim, have consummated their marriage. So they're going along really great. But Billy said he tried to not be intimate with his wife, to take things slowly. But hey, things happen. So I'm wondering, how is Sierra an initiator? And is he going to be okay with her being the more forward one? I'm a reserve judgment. Wait till the live. We're gonna talk about it. Both Billy and Sierra were talking about future besties in their marriage vows. Wow. So I'm not giving any spoilers. We're gonna talk about it on the live. So we do have, I will say, we have a runaway groom. One groom on the honeymoon leaves the experiment. Not good. So the next ones to get married are Jake and Ashley. Jake is quirky. He's my quirky nerd. I really like Jake. And Ashley is the dance teacher. And while Ashley is older than Jake, there's another groom who's not so keen that his wife is older than him by any amount of time. He don't care how much older. She older, he don't want her. I was like, ooh. That's another couple. But Jake and Ashley, really cool, really quirky together. I like their energy. They like each other. Jake is all about the hair. If you know about John Travolta, don't touch the hair. Jake isn't like that, but he just wants to make such a great impression for his bride. He's like, she's going to see the back of my head first. I don't want her to see my hair fuzzy. I want her to see my hair really great. Jake is just all about his bride. And Ashley just wants someone with a great sense of humor, who is a great partner and wants a family. And finally, the last couple we see getting married is Jeff and Rye. Now, how we started this is how we gonna end with the last couples to get married this week. Rye comes down the aisle. Rye, I got to say, girl, I don't know how you came down the stairs in those heels without tripping. And you know how camera is quick to show us a little quirky little skip or the little twist to the ankle that the brides do? They would have showed it to us, but Rye had it together. Rye comes down the aisle, Jeff turns around, and Rye stops. Rye stops in her tracks. Why? Because like the first couple we talked about, Rye knew Jeff. Before she got down the aisle, Jeff was like, hey there, Rye. And Rye's like, yeah, hey, Jeff. Yo, they dated for like a month. They dated for like a month. And she says things kind of fizzled out. He says they put each other in the friend zone. Y'all, here's my question, and I'm going to ask it on my live. Is the experiment really best for those who have dated in the past, but it didn't go very far? Because, you know, people just date, life happens, things happen, and then it kind of fizzle as these two did and go away. But because life happened, they didn't have a chance to see it through. So is the experiment really best for those people? That is my question. Because you know a little bit more, you're a little more comfortable, you're not as nervous with the person, so you can give of your best self. See, I'm having a little bit better hopes for Jeff and Rye because they already see how their lives can blend. So they know each other. She knows somebody on his side of the aisle. She calls them by name. Hey, how you doing? I was like, their lives intertwined. So I'm like, it had to be more than a month, even though they said that. So it fizzled. They remained friends. They ended amicably. And I think this would be really great. We didn't get to see the reception. They went straight to the honeymoon, as did the previous couple I talked about, Jake and Ashley. So we didn't see much about the reception. So I guess there was no quirks, no issues, or anything. But y'all, tell me what you think. I have a live coming up Sunday, February 2nd at 3:05 Eastern Standard Time. And I may have a few guests talking about the show. But we will go in depth with the weddings and who are our favorites so far. And since it is 4 days a week, Sunday to Wednesday, we have 2 more weddings coming up, y'all. We have 2 more weddings. They're going fast and furious. I can't remember if we had this many weddings. And then remember, we usually have weddings coming up. So that these groups, usually there are 2 more weddings and these people attend those weddings. So are those other weddings going to happen right away, or are we going to give it a couple weeks? I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited. The only ones I'm not excited for is Katie and Tim, because Tim clearly don't like Katie. And I'm sorry for her. But Katie, oh, girl, we need to talk. We need to get your self-esteem up. I think your happiness is too much dependent on someone else, Katie. I'm sorry. So even if Tim didn't like you, didn't like what he saw, you could have still had a good time. Still move forward and be your best self. Tim don't like you, then he ain't the one for you. And don't blame the whole experiment or anything, because guess what? They're dealing with the pool of people that they have available. It's not everyone. Not everyone. But y'all, tell me what you think in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me hear from you, because it's always fun in the comments. And I will see you, hopefully, on a live recap. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.